Wow, that's a really neat star effect! And hey guys, this is me telling you I am so sorry for a very, very long period without updates. I believe it's been a week and a half since my last video, something like that. At any rate, the reason is I had to go back down to Atlanta for a unfortunate passing in the family. It's okay though, it's something we were prepped for, it was a very nice ceremony, yada yada yada. That's not what you want to hear though. What you want to hear is more Viewtiful Joe. And since I aim to please, let's go ahead and start in the next film. In the last film... Thanks, Sylvia. In the last film, we defeated Camille Leon. And this film, I wonder who we're going to fight. It's very ambiguous and hard to tell. Oh wow, Joe, that was a hugely dramatic and heroic entrance. So yeah, apologies about being gone so long, but we're back in action. Being beautiful forever, as always. Starting off this chapter, it's in similar to Chinatown. Almost like the last time we fought someone who looked like Thunderboy, or spoiler alert, may have very well been Thunderboy. I wonder if this time we will truly find out the secret of his power. Or if he'll take us far away to the... Oh, I haven't listened to that song in forever. Is it Mucky Muck World? I don't know. At any rate... I wanted to get those canisters. I need to start making a... No? Do I hop down? No? Ah! Well, as if it wasn't obvious enough. There it is. Yep. Alright. Thank you for those 10 minutes, of course. It will make difference later, I'm sure. So, as is standard fare for a new film, our first couple of sequences involves basically just beating the ever-loving bull honky out of everybody who dares cross our path. And collecting canisters, because who doesn't need more VFX bars? Come on, I don't want to... I worry now, actually, about wasting time with these guys. Going back and forth between, oh, I'll see you up there. Oh, no, wait, I'll go down there. Oh, or maybe you're just gonna come up here with me. So, I think that happened in our first Viewtiful Joe playthrough, how my time rank on a couple of these baddie beating missions suffered a little bit, primarily due to me saying, wait, stop jumping up there, I'll come up there now. Oh, wait, you're gonna come back down here? Okay, well, you know. Like, yeah, just like this, actually. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta wait for them. My time was better than I thought. Yeah. So, I've wondered about this part, and I wondered about it the first time I played this. Yep, we got our 3 buttons, so Sylvia's gonna be big in play here. And of course I'm gonna do it wrong. Once. And twice. Why not? But I wondered if this was, like, necessarily racist. I don't think it is. Because it's... Oh dear. Is this stereotypically Chinese? I think it is, because these look more like pagodas than anything else. I, for the life of me, cannot tell what kind of text that is on those hanging lights. But anyway... our mission here, as you can tell, is to hit these other 3 buttons. I almost feel like getting carried around like a... Mean to land on the side, not land right on top of that... Wow, I'm glad I recorded me getting hit and zooming in back in on that 3 times. That's wonderful. Only a bee on time. I was afraid they'd really drill me on that, because it's fairly self-explanatory what to do. And our good old ninja buddy, Cromarty, as it were, did not miss you. Sexy forever, that's right. And no, that's not me just saying that. I don't remember if I pointed it out. For Joe, it's Viewtiful Forever, but since you can play as Sylvia now too, for Sylvia, it's called Sexy Forever. And there you have it. Which only further emphasizes why, when I played this... Oh, here goes my age count again. In high school, I always thought, wow, I thought the kids' version meant like there'd not be so much adult material in it. Yes, I was getting guillotined because of how wrong I was. Yeah, I don't know. Ah, time to ding-dong on the bell. Don't know what accent that was just now that I was doing. I've had the Russian accent on my mind lately because I've been playing a lot of Hotline Miami. Which brings me to one... I've thought about doing LPs of some indie games because I really enjoy them. And I don't know which ones exactly I would do. Hotline Miami is one that I have wanted to do for a while, so that might be in the future list. I don't know how much people enjoy watching LPs of indie games, but it's a thought. So yeah, I'm going to switch to Joe for this one. Our big mission here is to basically smack the baddies into the UFO that would dare drop fire missiles onto the ground, only mildly disturbing the peace-loving people who live in their pagodas or something. Again, this is all very bizarre in how it's kind of stereotypical, but at the same time it doesn't really feel like it is because... Well, I don't know. Anyways, you just have to smack a baddie or two into him. I think 3 is how many sends him flying, because... Oh yeah, got that V. Similar in form to the jets. The UFO, I guess, is the same way. I don't think we fought one of those in the first Viewtiful Joe. And if there ever was an alien ship, they were just dropping off enemies. You know, I tried giving Sylvia a shot. I really have, and I'll probably still continue to use her because I don't want the gameplay to get stale or whatever, but she's just a terrible fighter. I'm just so used to having zoomed-in punch. I'm gonna give her another shot here for this mini-boss. Yeah. Is that an Indian statue? Boy, I could have really demonstrated some stupidity by saying that. Please forgive me if I offended anybody. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, as you can tell, our mission is to destroy the hand that feeds us enemies and dodge the... Oh dear. Yeah, not exactly sure. I mean, I guess the most logical thing to do when the lasers start firing and the hand starts running, or flying overhead, as the case were, is to get close to the hand on whichever side it goes. And yeah, you guys might remember in our, near the end of the first Viewtiful Joe, we were firing missiles that were launched at us, or launching towards Earth or whatever, back at the spaceships that fired them, or... you remember, the end of the first Viewtiful Joe. Doing the same thing here, basically. And similarly, if you slow down, it does more damage. If you butt thrust the Chromarties, it does minimally differential damage to them. Every time that starts happening, I find myself in a bad position. Yeah, and the reason I switched to Joe is because basically to avoid, well, didn't help avoiding the missiles, but to speed up to get past the hand when it comes down. Otherwise, I think that's my main problem. Joe spoils us in this game by being as incredibly fast as he is, and Sylvia, I was about to say it's not that she isn't, but that pretty much is exactly what it is. She's just so slow. It's a pain to have to fight with her because sometimes you need to be fast in order to avoid things. Ah, thought I had it that time. For future reference, I guess the idea comes in the form of ducking to avoid the flame that is emitted underneath the hand as it flies overhead. These missiles are cramping my style. Yeah, it gets significantly harder when this guy launches like 4 or 5 at you, and you have to simultaneously slow down to make sure that the missiles you do hit back hit him properly, and that, I fully expected that T in the field of time because that took a very, very long time. I know the G stands for ghetto on the key, but that time it stood for giant. It was kind of funny how it unlocked a comically smaller door. So that's the first chapter of our... I don't even know. I'm just going to say Chinese because of the pagoda-style buildings. Which would have made Memoir of a Geisha a more appropriate title for this kind of segment. But then we wouldn't have known who the main villain was. Let's see if I can... I don't know, get another life counter? Maybe I'll do what I did last time and stockpile my V points and then buy them all at once near the end when I need them the most. Alright, Sylvia, I'm giving you another shot. Show me that you are worth keeping, please. You know, that wasn't even the sexiest pose. Why does she say sexy forever if it's... I mean, of course, you can't very well claim something to be sexy when it's a video game character. Not to get into too much controversy involving what people find to be arousing. I'm not even going to get into that kind of stuff right now. Okay, that was a pretty good kick. Not necessarily something that Joe can't do, though, to be fair. And I have never seen that kind of attack, but... There we go. See, I think when I tried to avoid the up and then down, or down and then up attack, in regular time, it would always catch me too much off guard, but slowing it down helps getting the up and then the down. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if any of you guys out there enjoy fighting Sylvia, or if she's your favorite character in the Viewtiful Joe series, because, of course, there's such a dedicated fan base to this game. It really just bothers me how different it is to fight with her instead of Joe, which I guess is my fault because I didn't necessarily unlock her last time. But that's just the way it is, I tell you. And I actually know what to do with the gear this time. Thankfully, I don't have to waste an entire... I don't know how long I did. Last time I didn't know what to do with it. I just realized, have those always been ducks that have hovered around their heads when they get dazed? I just thought it was something like stars, but I could be the fool here, not having noticed it. Hey, this part of the level isn't going to get very confusing and annoying. I do vaguely remember this, and what you have to do involves getting stuff like that. Okay. We'll come back down to that later. You might notice we've got the 3 and the question mark in the bottom. That does not involve beating the snot out of these painfully unimportant characters. Oh! Well, you dirty little bastard. Trying to hit me while the earth around me is moving. Reminds me of that episode of Pokemon when they were... I think it's the episode where Ash fought Koga the first time. This is very beginning of the show. And they were in his gym and everything. Yeah, this is one you're going to want to, by the way. And the house was tilted and everything, because Koga was all about visual mind games and perspective and that kind of thing. And when Team Rocket came in and the house was kind of tilted, they didn't notice it at first, so I remember James being like, "That's funny, I feel like I'm losing my sense of equilibrium." I remember being a kid and being like, "What? What is equilibrium?" And it took me years to figure out exactly what he was saying. But yeah, that's basically what's happening right now, too. Joe keeps losing his sense of equilibrium, but not in a painful way, thankfully. Yes, we're gonna need these 2 trinkets. Can you tell which third one we're going to need? Spoiler alert, it may be one. Sorry, I just love doing that move. Spoiler alert anyway, it may be one that we already smacked. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, notice the room below us. That is the one that we need to get to because all the signs are on the wall. The writing is on the wall! Or in this case, the drawing is on the wall. Whatever you can say. Here. And we'll go get the sword in a minute. Just got these 2 while we're here. Number 1. Number 2. Reminds me of, wow, this is a throwback. I don't remember when this show came out, or started airing. Bobobo, the anime that was totally bonsai humor, and everybody seemed to not get, except I thought it was hilarious. And they have games based around Bobobo that have not come out in the US, you bastards. But in the second episode, I guess it was, at one point Bobobo was transforming. You're not missing much right here, it's just fighting more bad guys. Of course, when we get to the last one we need, they throw out 7 enemies at once, half of which are Cromarties. But anyway, they were parodying something, and Bobobo started to transform, and he hearkened in some aircrafts, and he goes, "Aircraft number 1! And then, number 2! And then, of course, he kept going. He's like, "Number 3!" And then just out of nowhere, he goes, "Flying Piggy!" This pig comes flying in. Oh, man, I wish those games would be, like, I don't know, translated and then brought over here. But he's in a bunch of fighting games that are Japan only, so I don't know that we'll ever see him. Quick, somebody, do translation patches for them. I will pay big internet bucks. Maybe. But anyway. Hope my time ranking on this is not horribly pushed back. I got a V? Well, never mind.